Nerdarchy for nerds by nerds, and today I'm hanging out with the nerdettes, and we are going to play some 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. And this is you guys just leveled up 18th level. This is exciting for me because I've never taken players this far through a campaign. All the campaigns always fizzle out or die for some reason, and we are getting close to our campaign finale, really. So just folks, so you know, the way we're doing it is we are in the last 3 sessions. So we're going to be doing 2 more after this. With each session, the players will level up. So the last session, they will be level 20. And, you know, hopefully everything will wrap up nice and neat and happily ever after. But this is D&D, so anything can happen. Who knows? There's
still time to TPK us.
There is. I'll try, if I do it, I'll try and do it on the... the third of the last 3 in the arc. So this way you guys can play as 20th level. So who's got the recap?
Alright. I've got it. So, when last we met, the Scarlet Sisterhood snuck into Lord Summerstar's estate, intent on kidnapping him as collateral. Deneen was in disguise as a delivery driver, while Kenna used invisibility to help herself and Kath slip by. We went into the house and up to the rather trapped study, and there we had to deal with a rug of smothering and some animated statues, or maybe gargoyles, or something. It wasn't good. However, where was Summerstar Sr.? We finally found him out in that mysterious glowing garden gazebo, seated on a throne of ice, with an ice diadem, a staff, and a scepter. The nearby trees rose to defend him, animated as treants, and his dastardly quicklings zoomed into the fray. Many
fireball later, we had captured Summerstar. Kenna teleported us back to Vardo and Gryphongaffe with our prisoner, and now it's time to plan our next move.
Jen, put your mic down.
What?
It's up. Put your mic down. Oh, you're not using that mic, are you?
No, it's right here.
Okay. The
it's
chat
pointing at me and everything.
Echoey. I'm sorry. I thought it was your headset.
No. There was something on my end that I forgot to do. I had this really weird.
Sorry.
I had this really weird thing where I have to actually disable the audio on my speakers in order to not have that happen, and I forgot to do it. Sorry, peoples.
It's not my fault.
It was not Jen's fault. It was mine.
It was the echo of drama.
Yeah, exactly. I saw in the chat, they're like, Jen is at the bottom of a well, and I'm like, oh, I did not do the thing. We've only been playing this way. Yeah. We've only been playing this way for forever now. I'll get it right eventually.
It's only 64 sessions.
Yeah. Although we made some changes along the way. So with that, let's jump into introductions, players, and characters.
Right. Hello. I am author Megan R. Miller. My books are available on Amazon.com. I am playing Kenna Hollythorn, Halfling Bard of Valor.
Hi everybody, I'm Jen from pixelscapes.com. I'm a monster artist, and I'm playing Deneen, a wood elf rogue, and a bit of cleric.
And I'm Jean. I'm playing Ericson Pergath, who is a tiefling paladin of the Beggar King.
Awesome. So the last time you guys kind of left off, you were in the Vardo getting ready to go and drag your father-in-law, your husband's namesake, to the spa, to the bathhouse that you guys own and operate, to kind of throw him into the plane of fire ish.
It's a very comfortable section of the plane of fire, but yes.
So he's still unconscious. You guys have not revived him yet, correct?
I'm keeping him unconscious. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whack him when he wakes up.
Oh, you don't wait that long. You just kill him again and then spare the dying. I'm not messing around.
I don't think anyone's opposed to this plan.
That's the beauty of cantrips. I can do this all day.
Can we take we're gonna take a short rest so we could use our hit dice, right?
At a minimum, I mean, if we're going back to the Feywild, we want to be.
We want a long rest before we go to
need
the
a real
Feywild.
rest.
Oh, okay. Whew, good.
So,
Then,
are you doing
a
that?
night of murdering and bringing back from the dead. This is great.
Are you doing that
I can
before
still
or after you go to see the bronze ladies?
Oh no,
I
the long
think-
rest in the pillar with the bronze ladies IMO.
Yeah, I thought
Yep.
that was the plan, that we were gonna hide in there.
Yep. And I will write, because I'm not leaving our prisoner's side, because my trust level is super low. I will write a letter to my husband and daughter saying, this is it. We're going to go to the Feywild. Take care of this.
Okay. Excellent.
And we have the thing that will supposedly stop us from losing time. But whatever happens, I did it for you.
Nice. So you,
So dramatic. This is going in the ballad.
Hey, it's a lot easier to write that than to have to say it face to face. So that's maybe part of the motive for staying here as opposed to going home to literally say goodbye to my family.
It's
Yeah.
okay. I'll make it super romantic in the song version.
I don't want to have to roleplay tears as your husband. So,
It's bad enough already.
so yeah, so you drag him, across town to the bathhouse, and you guys enter the pillar where the bronze ladies are, which is kind of a bit of a doorway to the elemental plane of fire. Of course, this is a once palace. It's been kind of sectioned off from the rest of the plane. It is kind of relatively safe, although I would not step outside the doors. There is definitely a sunburn risk, and it is high. Not to mention poor air quality. So, as you enter the column into the foyer where you usually end up, your prisoner sits bolt upright and begins to scream, and you see him visibly appear to be aging.
Because he's off the plane.
Oh, he's not in a city.
Yank him out. Out of
Yeah,
it.
I gotta take him back out
Okay,
real fast. Oh lord.
He's laying on the floor, just gasping for air, and it looks like he's just had centuries added to him.
You deserved that. Just for reference.
And then
Okay, no.
he begins kind of cackling as he's laying there with his hands behind his back.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's right. You think he's around the gag.
Let's just stab him again. just knock him unconscious. Let's do it there.
Okay.
You just sucked 2 centuries of your life away.
Yeah. So he begins kind of cackling, and it seems like he's trying to talk around the gag, and then you whack him across the back of his head with your blade,
Oh, yeah.
knocking him back out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And spare the dying.
So,
Even though, I'd really prefer this guy dead. Please don't let him die quite yet, because I think we need him. Thanks, boss.
is that gonna happen when we take him to the Feywild?
If it does, that's his problem.
Yeah, but then we all have dust take to the Winter Queen, and then what do we do?
Well,
You would
can we...
think, though, that she would be able to sense, if she's got some kind of shenaniganery pacty deal with her, and that was a legitimate phrase that I just used, you would think that she would be able to sense him and know whether he was, hiding or not hiding or in the Feywild.
Well, can we go straight there? We know the name of the place. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, we can try, but knowing the name of the place is hardly going to be, gosh. I don't remember off the top of my head precisely what the odds are that I'll screw it up, but there is a chance I will screw it up.
What about
We could ask him,
What
but I don't
about-
trust him.
your little fawn friend?
Finnelis?
Finnelis, maybe he can give us work, because you were going to check in with him
Yeah,
anyways, because
yeah.
you promised. So maybe he has some like last minute advice or direction.
I'll go get Finilis. I'm pretty sure it's over a 50% chance that I'll mess it up if we just try to teleport there, by the way. So I'm gonna go and you guys discuss this, and
Okay.
I leave.
I don't know how to discuss this. I know nothing about magic. Except for the magic that I do. But I don't know anything much about that either. How about you, Kat?
Well, I know many things.
I count on that.
I'm not so good with the teleport stuff. I just assume that Kenna will always be able to do it.
Well, isn't this like planar port stuff?
Yeah, it's a plane shift thing.
Oh yeah, no, it has to be on the same plane of existence we are as well, but she didn't say that, she just left.
Well, Deneen remembers that much.
So check out this new
used
music
Ellie
box
for that
I've been
last
making.
A what?
Check out this new music box I've been making.
Ooh.
And I've actually been making this one for Fane, because the tune is for Fane. So maybe we should leave this here just in case.
Well, maybe Vance can bring it over with the letter.
Ah, there you go.
I'll make a little care package, like with some honey candy and some miscellaneous knickknacks that I may have stolen at some point, and yeah, and the music box.
The sorry I might be dead package.
Pretty much, yeah. She probably has a sorry I ended up dead package stowed in her apartment somewhere, just in case. Maybe they'll hopefully maybe find it someday. Maybe not. I don't know.
Hopefully they don't find it while you're still alive.
It's nothing bad.
Well, they didn't find it during your last absence. So Kenna has run off. You're looking for Fenris?
Yeah.
He's always super easy to find. You just look for the groupies.
Follow the gaggle of girls and some boys.
Finilis is super easy in all kinds of ways.
So you kind of fight your way through the crowd to him, and he acknowledges your presence without missing a beat.
So it's time.
It's
you have a minute.
Of course, for you always, my lady. Time for what? There could be time for a lot of things.
Walk with me. And I'm gonna wait until we're out of earshot of the gaggle of people. I'm gonna be like, alright, listen. So we got Mr. Summerstar, and we are in the process of figuring out the logistics of taking him back to the Feywild, like we said we were gonna do. There's a couple problems, though. We need to... first of all, I said I'd tell you before we went, and... we took him into the pillar where the bronze ladies were, and he started aging rapidly, and we're not sure if that's gonna happen if we take him to the Feywild, so...
Yeah, that I could see how that could be the problem if you wish to deliver him to the Winter Lady. This is, I don't know. He kind of shrugs a little bit. This could be problematic, I guess. Why do you want to deliver him to the Winter Lady again?
Okay. So he made a deal to sacrifice his firstborn for pretty much extended longevity, and he has just been producing more firstborns with different women for a really long time, and Deneen's husband happens to be one of those, and they have a daughter, and that's not good, and we need to fix this.
Too bad you couldn't lock him in a bubble or something.
Huh.
There's definitely songs and tales about that, right? For sure.
Yeah, there are. I personally don't know how to do anything like that, but I know some people who might.
Me neither. It seems like it would take powerful fairy magic.
Well,
Or maybe some other kind of magic. I don't know. It's too bad you can't just toss them into the Feywild and let whatever happens happens.
yeah, unfortunately that doesn't undo the pact he made. Wonder if the Forest Guardian might have a clue what to do with this. He's not in the city either.
Oh, wait a minute. You said once you removed him from the plane, right?
Yeah.
He starts thinking. So something on this plane is keeping him young.
Well, maybe. It might be this plane. It might just be the fact that he doesn't leave cities, and he hasn't been willing to leave cities, and he wasn't in a city when he was in the pillar, but it could be tied to this plane. I don't actually know that for sure.
That's true. You could take him outside the city and see what happens.
Well, that is certainly an option. We'll see what Deneen has to say about that.
What if you took him to the wall of the city and just dangled him over?
Well, that would be good to get information out of him, but we don't need information out of him. We need to take him to his, deathie, I suppose.
Could put him on like a rope, like a fish.
Yeah, as amusing as that is, we might end up killing him on accident in a way that we can't fix, and then we would be without collateral.
How long did you take him to this place before? How long were you there?
It was a couple of seconds, and he aged like 200 or 300 years. It was crazy.
Well, elves live a really long time. You could probably do with another 2 or 3, right? You just need them alive, not well.
Yeah, I suppose, but I don't see how that's gonna help. I'm like kicking a rock as we're walking.
Just stick his arm out.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know, he had to have gotten from Rylor to Drellic somehow.
Well, that's true. You're right. He did travel from one city to another.
Well, we teleported him here when we brought him here, so... And most big cities have permanent teleportation circles that you can just go to. Don't they?
I don't know. You know, I have spent most of my time in the wilds of the Feywild. I've only really been to the one city there. They're not big on cities in the Feywild.
I wonder if that's why he has to stay in a city.
Well, there is some fairy laws and fairy rulings that are kind of odd, almost like superstitions or like perhaps it's the walls themselves keeping other things out. Walls keep things in, walls keep things out.
That makes sense. Particularly if those walls have iron in them. I don't think ours do, but...
Maybe, you know, maybe something he fears can't come in this city.
I mean, that's possible. She might come to us, but we just don't know. And we also don't want to bring her here.
No, that probably would not be good. She is not the pleasant sort. Please don't tell her I said so.
I won't say a word. Your name will be completely kept out of this, I promise you. But why do you say that?
That she's not pleasant?
Yes.
Well, the Winter Ladies of the Winter Court, the Unseelie, they're the literal embodiment of everything that is savage and ruthless and harsh about nature and winter.
All right. people survive the winter anyway. Is there anything she respects? Is there anything that we should know about dealing with her that maybe could give us a bit of an edge in these dealings?
Well, all the Fae of the courts, they have to abide by the truth. They cannot lie. That is one thing for sure. They can, but
So
that doesn't mean you should believe them either. They will twist and turn their words.
Oh, I know a lot about that. Alright. Well, could you take a look at him anyway? Because we're almost here, and you might know more about what's going on than we do.
I would, sure.
I'd
I can absolutely take a look.
the back house door.
So you guys, make your way back over, and
Not
you're,
having a useful
guys.
conversation.
or
Kath ran out to the city wall, like chipped a few stones out of it, came back, wrapped them around be surrounding him because they're city
Can we
stones.
get-
Forge one.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
If he dies, we're gonna be in trouble.
Are we?
Well, probably.
But no. So wait a second. So the problem is the pact. But if he's dead, does the pact end?
What if Valerian gets it? We can't risk that.
Okay, just checking.
I mean, it's supposed to be hereditary from what we've heard, so...
I mean, do you want to, like, try waking him up and casting and me doing Zone of Truth?
What if we just stick his hand in there?
All right. Okay.
With the city rocks around it like a bracelet.
I packed
All right.
Declaration of Independence, and it has some like BS like mumbo jumbo on there, and I'm like, quickly declare yourself the Queen of Pettiness and sign this.
I'm not.
Can we get like the mayor of Gryphongaffe to ratify that this is a separate city? Put him in a crate
What
and
if
make
I'm
the
like
crate
a
a
walking
city?
embassy or something like that?
Can we do that? Though?
oh my
Like,
goodness.
Let's try the bracelet thing and just see what happens to his hand first.
Okay, so you do the bracelet thing, and stick his hand in. Nothing seems to happen.
What about the hand that doesn't have a bracelet?
Oh god.
Well, we have to know if protected
Yeah,
him
we
or
need a
not.
control group that this.
It's very important to do your
I don't
A/B
care.
split test.
He's
Well, I'm
right, we're
literally
gonna kill him
As
sacrificing
anyway.
someone in the
his
chat
children.
pointed out, the Geneva
He's-
Convention does not exist here.
That's right. And he's literally sacrificing his own children. We're trying to break that
Yeah,
chain.
let's go.
Other hand
Other hand.
in the plane of fire.
I don't look.
Nothing happens.
So he has to be entirely out of the city.
Yeah. Is it out of the city or out of the plane? Of course, he's afraid of leaving the city, but then how did he get from Ryler to the other place?
Well, he's a caster.
Oh, he probably teleported.
So, do you want to just like go march him outside the city wall for a minute?
So the other thing too is whether it's, I don't know how relevant you consider it though, but you are aware he really didn't have a whole lot of choice about leaving the other city. Like staying
Yeah,
was
Ryler
going,
was getting destroyed.
yeah, like staying was definitely not an option.
But we also stole his immortal juice. So he was fine. So somehow he managed to get from one city to the other and it didn't age him.
Do you think he was turning his kids into that thing? That
Oh, I
brandy?
really hope not. I'm pretty sure some of us swigged that. I gave it to my dog.
Your dog.
What if that's how he's been doing it this whole time?
Daughter now.
Oh.
We're not gonna think too hard about that. Let's just take him outside the gate and see what happens.
Briefly. But does that really tell us anything about what'll happen when we take him to the actual Feywild? It doesn't.
Well, it lets us
No.
know if we can leave here and go talk to the tree guy.
I like
Yeah.
going to talk to
He
the
was
tree
pretty.
guy.
He was pretty neat. He was pretty cool. All right, just for a second.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
Did I ever tell you he used to be Fallon Leafblade?
What?
Oh, we're talking about who? What?
The forest guardian? The tree guy? Oh, we're the other tree
Oh, we're
guy.
talking about the other tree guy.
Okay, never
But we
mind.
could go talk to them too.
No,
There
that's
are
fine.
multiple tree guys?
That's good. Yes, there are multiple tree guys.
You know, the guardian of the grove who's up with all the pixies by the lodge. And
Oh.
there's the old druid that was hanging out with that tree Gertrude that we used to get into the Feywild.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
that's what I was thinking of when I said tree guy.
Yeah, we'll go to that tree guy and I'll just sing you the ballad, like, on the way there.
But first things first, let's see what happens if he gets like the slightest bit out of the city.
Okay.
If the guards are looking funny at us dragging an unconscious man around, we just claim it's city business. Tell us.
We'll put a blanket, I'll toss him over our shoulder. We'll put a blanket over him. We'll say it's Agnetha.
He'll probably
We still
believe
have to
it.
watch him though, if he starts abruptly dying.
That's fine.
Play peekaboo. So you,
All right, what if we just go slightly outside the gate with this guy? What happens?
all right. So you drag him past a couple bewildered guardsmen, and you have a bit of a reputation around the town. They know that you're in good with Harak. One of your best friends may or may not be dating Harak. It's really unclear, but no one wants to say anything about it. So you drag him out as the guards look on curiously, and nothing seems to happen to him. So you're outside. How long do you stay outside the walls?
Okay, so if nothing is happening to him, then that means he has some other reason to fear leaving cities, which probably means horrible monsters are converging on this spot right now. That's my assumption.
So, if he doesn't start raging when we leave the city, we can just hop back in and prepare for a fight, and then...
I don't know. Oh. Do we want to walk to Gertrude and her buddy, or
Well,
teleport
it's
there, or what do we want to do?
closer to Karshapathan, isn't it?
Yeah, that's weeks away.
No, it's not.
Really? It was last time I walked there. It
Car-
was at least 2 weeks.
Karshapathian is weeks away.
Well, that's why I said.
But
That's why I was wondering if we teleport to the thing, or if we're gonna plane shift straight to the Feywild, or what. I mean, there's that city in the Feywild.
Yeah, I can't get us there.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
Well, if we walk to Gertrude, we take Gertrude in. Can you teleport us there?
Yes. I think. I mean, I'm familiar with it, so there's a pretty good chance, yes.
Or how many times can you teleport? Maybe we teleport to Gertrude, we go through, you teleport us to the city if we don't want to expose ourselves too long.
Well, we're gonna need to sleep before I can do it again.
Sure.
And then after I do it, we're gonna need to sleep before I can do it again at that point.
yeah, that's...
But one night is better than weeks of travel, typically speaking.
Can we get... like, Haley or somebody else to just send us straight there?
He
Is
also,
that too easy?
yeah,
Yeah, but she's so
and
busy lately.
we were focusing on Agnetha at the time. I don't know if she could do it and send us to somewhere she has never been or seen or have
Oh,
any sort of connection.
But we have stuff from there, and Deneen points out her little gray pin that she got
Mhm.
from a Syndro.
Huh?
If
Well?
that matters, I have no idea.
We could
Wasn't there something about?
No, Jurissa couldn't do it. Never mind.
I don't know. I'm just guessing. You know all the magic stuff.
Do you want
Haley's probably our best bet. Unless we find another high-level priest.
I mean, if we go through Gertrude, we're probably going to have to go through, you know, a series of trials again. Like, I doubt we'll be able to just teleport straight to Emerald Spire.
Right.
We could go.
Is Fenris still with you guys?
Yes.
No trials. You already passed them.
Oh,
Woo.
well, that's nice.
Well, that's sounding more and more appetizing as we go.
Finally, I was able to be helpful.
Yes, thank
We-
you.
you're always
You've been very helpful.
Well, that's.
You're good
Okay.
for morale.
I was gonna say maybe Sparks has built some other secret backdoor into the
Sparks?
Feywild. Yeah.
Your trust level, Sparks, is that high?
No.
But it is curious.
You know.
So where is this conversation
It
taking
makes
place?
for an interesting story.
Well, we just tried him at the city gates, and
Yeah.
we're not leaving the city with him
Yep.
until we know what we're doing.
Standing
So,
around the gate like bonobos.
We probably dragged him back into the city, and we're just having a
Yeah, as we head
conversation.
back to
Yeah,
the
like we
bathhouse.
got him in a wheelbarrow and we're just having this conversation as we're walking.
Well, Kat has him over her shoulder.
Yeah.
What are your passive perceptions? I know they're really, really high.
Oh boy, 24.
Like 22 IRC? Yes, yes.
Kat's is not that high. 10.
And Wisdom is hanging out with us too, but she's not very perceptive.
And despite her name, she's not that wise either. Basically in the tree line, you definitely see just the slightest bit of movement. Like literally, it could have been the sun sparkling off a dew, but it's not early enough for that. Or it could have been a breeze blowing, but
Yeah, outside the city.
yeah. But there is no breeze. Like the guards don't notice it. People around don't notice it. Kath doesn't notice it.
So this is when we're chatting at the gate,
Yeah.
and then Deneen gestures over towards the woods, and she's like, "We have no idea if some super predator is up there." And then she looks and like sees something moving and gets a super suspicious look on her face. There's
We
something
might
out
have
there.
a slight
Maybe this was-
idea.
Maybe this was a terrible
Maybe we
idea.
dangle him out a little further and see if it comes out.
You were gonna get these guards killed. Why should we fight this stuff if we don't
Not
have to?
necessarily. I'm just
We
saying.
might not have to fight it. Maybe it wants to talk.
Maybe it will
I'm-
tell us
I'm
like
kidding.
more
That was
information.
a joke. I learned my lesson. I like nudged the bowler hat.
Aw. Well, we're still gonna talk to this Cryolna. So I'll keep an eye over there and be like, should we retreat into the city with our friend here?
Yeah, let's motor.
Okay. Just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave Wisdom perched on the gate here, just in case anything horrible happens as we're walking away.
Okay.
Yeah,
No reason.
As you guys walk
no,
away,
we're good.
as you walk away, an icy breeze kind of just like kicks up out of nowheres, and you feel it at your back as you head back into the city.
Maybe it's too late to just walk away.
I look back over my shoulder unadvisedly.
I'm going to do my paladin thing that I do.
There's so many.
You think, Kenny, you definitely think you saw some eyes like wink in and out of existence real fast.
I'm going to do a divine sense,
Okay.
and that will let me know the location of any celestial fiend or undead. Within 60 feet, it's not behind total cover. So
Yeah.
I'll like, cause I've got him on my shoulder, so I kind of look the direction that that Deneen pointed, but I've got that shoulder like within the city boundaries, and I'm just kind of leaning out the gate to look.
Yeah, you detect some powerful Fey presence.
Ooh, yeah, that's out there.
Well, it's somebody that doesn't like him, so maybe we have that in common.
Hey, whatever it is, it probably has information.
What if it's that stupid dragon that was trying to eat me?
Well, we killed it once.
Arun, go find that thing.
Oh,
I can summon him back.
needs must when the devil drives.
Wisdom will patrol overhead so that he's not totally alone.
Yeah, so Arun goes trotting out to whatever this is to see if he can get a good look at it, because he can tell me what he sees.
And Deneen will also watch what Wisdom is saying and keep her hand on Kenna's shoulder.
I'm just peeking around the corner like a nosy person.
So Arun is not actually able to detect or see anything. His senses just aren't keen
How
enough.
about Wisdom?
Yeah, the same for Wisdom as well. Even with her keen eyesight.
Guys, I really want to know.
Don't go all the way in the woods, though.
I won't go all the way in the woods, I promise. And then I step outside.
Wait.
I think I should come with you.
I'm already walking. If you want to come with me, that is all well and good.
I dump
Okay.
the dude on the ground and I go with her.
I let go of my view of Wisdom, and I am now babysitting my father-in-law and
Or
sitting.
you can ask Fenelus to watch him.
No, that's the big responsibility. Put him at the top of the wall so I can at least snipe from up here, please. Before you leave,
Good plans.
Kath.
Sure.
I can't lift him.
So we'll say that there's like a little rampart up by the wall, since
This
this
is
is
the
by the
gate,
gate.
yeah.
They probably have some kind of security like that. So Kat trots
Yep.
him up there, sets him down, and then
Can
I'll just sit on him.
I pause and ask Deneen for honey candy before I jet off?
Absolutely. Here.
Okay. I'm gonna bring an offering of
There you go.
Give you advantage on any
It's watching us
diplomacy
from the
rolls.
woods and hope it works.
So, as you approach the kind of like the tree line, you step forward, and out of nowhere, a woman kind of steps out of the trees, and everything behind her just kind of looks like a winter scene right now. Like, the trees are kind of like covered in ice and a little that thin layer of frost. There's a little bit of snow on the ground, just a light coating. Cool breeze, floats your way. And to either side of her is kind of like in a V formation is a pack of wolves that seem to be made of ice and frost with glowing
You're afraid.
blue eyes, bright blue, and the Deneen's on the wall. You don't actually see any of this. Kath, you see it as well. The guards don't
Watching nervously.
They don't seem to react to anything. You see a little bit, like you see the wind kick up a little bit. But this woman, she looks kind of like an elf, but with much more feral features. Her facial features are very sharp and kind of aristocratic looking. Pointed ears, pale blue eyes, white hair. She kind of looks like the witch from Narnia.
Oh, okay.
How now?
Tilda Swinton. Yeah.
I'm gonna like bow low, my best courtly bow, because I've been around the aristocracy. I know how to do this kind of. I'm like, we have offerings for your magnificence and would like to enter into parley with you. And I'm like getting out the honey candy, getting out like the jewelry that I made that I was gonna sell. I'm like just gonna lay this at her feet and take a step back.
Mortal, you're wise beyond your years. And she kind of hits you with a feral smile. And she glances down at your offering. this is not what I've come for. This is not what I want.
Yes, that's what we wish to discuss with you. If you will give us some of your time to come to an arrangement.
And meanwhile, Tanine is on the wall, like, what is she doing out there? Because she can't see any of the snow or anything.
Yeah, you see Kenna kneel down and start putting things out, and her talking. And what is Kath doing?
Kath is standing right next to Kenna, but she'll give like a little kind of incline, or the thing where you bend from the waist forward a little bit to acknowledge the other one, but she's letting Kenna do the talking for now and just standing at the ready.
She nods her head ever so slightly in acknowledgement. Ah, a servant of the off one. What I seek actually is not in these walls, but it is connected to that which I seek. You say you wish to enter parley. What is it you desire?
We currently have a man within our custody that has made an agreement with you, one that encompasses his bloodline.
The elf. Yes, I sensed his presence as soon as he left the walls.
Does he have a pact? Are you the individual that he has a pact with?
I am. He is in my debt.
He has come into a situation where he is no longer able to honor your agreement, and those that are connected with him, we would like to parley for freedom for.
She scoffs. He has not been in agreement with me for centuries. The worm.
So he cheated.
He did.
Oh, there are rules, and the rules must be observed.
They must. He is taking something from me that I wish back.
What would you have done?
If you can return the winter seat that this worm has hidden away from me, and bring him to me after you've gained such, I will break the bargain that he struck when I take back the power I invested in him.
Do you particularly care what manner of being he is in when we bring him to you? Because we took him off plane for a minute and he started deteriorating, and I'm not sure he's going to make it all the way into the Feywild.
Was he wearing the crown? If you bring him with the crown and the winter seat, he will be fine.
As you say, my lady. And thy will be done. We'll do our best.
So, you like blink, or not even, but she's now standing, kneeling where you're kneeling, but still kind of like over top of you, and her hand is like entwined in your hair, and she's gripping the back of your skull tightly, like you can just barely feel the icy pinpricks of her nails through your flesh. Do not break your word like the elf did.
If I flinch. Yeah, I definitely flinch.
Well, your body does, but your head has nowheres to go. As she grips your head with an iron grasp.
Like facial flinch.
Yeah. Do not even think of betraying me as the elf did, or you will suffer his fate, but so much worse. And her breath is icy cold on your face. And
like tears freezing in my eyes, like
just as fast, she has her back to you, and the wolves all begin to turn as she walks past them and kind of like fades into the icy forest.
I stay like upright until she's gone, and then I just kind of collapse in a quivering heap, like
Kath will catch you before you collapse because she's right there, and so she just kind of will pick. Did she take the offerings that we brought?
She did not.
All right. So Kath shoves all the jewels back in her pocket, and then picks up Hannah.
I'm shaking like I'm frostbitten.
Are you okay
all right?
out there?
Like,
I'll give you. I don't know if it will help anything, but Kath gives you 5 points of lay on hands to see if that perks you up at all.
like I'm still shivering a little bit, but I'm like a little
So-
bit more lucid. I'm like.
So the frozen tear streaks, they do not melt and they do not fade. They almost look like silver blue scars or tattoos.
Man.
Actually really cool. Let's find Janine.
And as we're going back, Kath grumbles, "The beggar pink isn't off."
I'm not sure that's what she was talking about.
I bet you could kick her ass all the time.
Yeah,
What else
let's
would
not.
she be talking
Let's
about?
not do that.
Janine still has no idea what they're kneeling, bending over, etc. about, but since they're coming back, that's probably good.
Yeah, well, as they're coming back, you see the sun kind of glint off of blue silver streaks upon the face of Kenna that were not there a moment ago.
Kenna? She looks down to make sure that her father-in-law is still unconscious, and then, are you okay? What was that all about?
That was the Winter Queen.
What? She was
We
here?
definitely do not want to fight her
Well, why didn't she take him?
because she needs his chair.
Did you? Oh, that. Ah. Well,
The
is
chair
she?
and the crown.
But she's gonna.
Yes, they're free if we bring her
Okay,
the chair,
but-
the crown, and him.
What did she do to you?
What chair and crown?
The throne he was.
She bound me to my word.
Oh, you can't teleport back there right now.
Nope.
No.
But hey, I can
Like,
locate
try
that
to
thing
wipe
if I get close to it.
Kenna's cheeks.
Hmm.
And because she is an uncouth street urchin mom, she'll like try spitting on her sleeve and then try wiping her cheeks with that.
It does not come off, and her cheeks are actually cool to the touch, a little chill.
What's this about?
As I said, she bound me to my word.
Well, okay, what did you promise exactly?
You
that we
didn't
would
promise
get-
her anything.
I never said I promised. I said we would do our best. That was the word I gave her. So we do our best.
Okay.
And
But
that,
then,
yeah, so if we deliver these things and, you know, your father-in-law, then she will undo the pact and your family won't have like anything to do with it.
When you get back into
wait, that
this,
means we have to keep hauling him around. She didn't take him.
No.
Oh, she kicks him again just for good measure.
when you guys come back into the walls, Fenris walks up to the three of you. He had kind of gotten distracted by one of the guardswomen and was talking with them, or I should say, she was distracted. But she comes back over. He comes back over and stops abruptly when he sees Kenna's face, and
Sorry.
He's gone.
Sorry, my dog took my camera.
it's like we have Sam back. And he stops abruptly in front of Kenna, gasps a little bit, and then kind of like gives a deep bow. My lady.
I nod back to him a little shakily. Like I haven't quite shaken off the cold yet.
Yeah. Well, the bow he gives you is like his forehead nearly touches the ground.
Fenris, what are you?
Lady?
He always calls me that.
Oh. Well, what's with the bowing?
It did have more gravitas this time, though. You're marked. You've been marked by winter.
So I've noticed.
The lady. That's the lady's mark is upon you.
What does that entail?
Obligation. She's obligated to the Winter Court. And those who know the ways of the Feywild will respect that, or not, at great peril to themselves.
So when my family gets freed from this whole thing, you're free too, right, Canna? Hopefully.
We'll find out.
Well, the only thing she said not to do was to not betray her. There was no like, if you don't succeed, all is doomed or anything like that. It was just Kenna said she'd do her best, and then the queen said, "Don't betray me," and Kenna said she wouldn't. So as long as we stick within those bounds, I think she'll be good. Kat has no idea if that's true, by the way, but that's what she's saying.
Deneen is really agitated at this point. She says, I don't want to free one person and then have you stuck. That's not the point here.
And it won't be. We'll figure this out. But the most important thing is Thane, first and foremost.
I believe once the bargain is completed, I believe the lady will leave her be. She will keep her word. She's Fae, she has to.
How can we even move that thing, assuming we can get back in there?
Well, is it glued to the... Is it...
Let's go back and plan somewhere other than the middle of the gateway.
All right. And so Deneen pops him back over her shoulder.
Calf, you mean?
Oh, sorry.
If Deneen did that, her shoulder would be basically gone.
Yeah.
Deneen is no muscles, noodle arms.
Can I get that one more time, Jen?
So, Megan, you can write mark of the Winter Court on your character sheet someplace, and essentially, whenever you get hit by any kind of cold damage, as almost like a contingency spell, you'll have a fire shield, chill shield that'll activate.
Ooh. I didn't think it would be possible for Kenna to be any cooler than she already was.
Are we gonna hold off on telling Lala and Mitch about that for now?
I shouldn't lie to her.
You don't have to lie.
I shouldn't keep this from her. I've worried her enough. Oh God, I should keep this from her. I've worried her enough.
I've got more letter paper right here. Letter? Huh?
I'm gonna need a minute to think about this. Let's make a plan, and I'll deal with this after we know what we're doing.
She's totally gonna blame me because it's my fairy.
But we're deferring.
I was the one that walked right up to her.
But we're deferring that because that's what Kenna asked us to do. So plan.
Okay.
We've
got to rest.
So we rest, but we teleport back there with him in a sack or something like that. We grab the chair.
Do we have anywhere we can safely stow him? I mean, hauling him around is... Oh, you mean we bring him with us because then we're going to go straight from there?
Yeah. How many... Can you you can only teleport once a day?
Once per long rest.
And that's teleport if we need... Oh, but we're going to teleport to Gertrude.
I might be wrong about that, actually. Hold on. I can cast teleport at level 8. No, I can do it twice.
So we go there. If I have to, as long as it's within 1,000 feet, I can find the chair and whatever else. We find it. We go all out to get it. As soon as we grab it, you teleport us outside to somewhere where we're outside of the city that his cronies can't come running after us right away and, you know, make the
Well, we could just
exchange
go
super
straight to
fast.
Gertrude.
We could just go straight to Gertrude.
Why? But why would we need to go to Gertrude? She can come out and wherever here.
Oh, that's true.
No, he,
So I mean,
he
that's a
specifically
fine
said
mean.
that we need to bring him to the Winter Court.
So we do still have to take him
Yes.
and this chair and all this stuff.
Why do we have to go there? She can come here.
But she said to go there.
Oh, bossy lady.
Yeah, but she can. She's the queen.
I wish she'd picked him up while she was here. Then we wouldn't have to haul his sorry ass everywhere. I mean, how can we even carry that chair? Can
Well-
you teleport it, an object?
Well,
like just sitting
unless
there?
it's unnaturally heavy, I or Arun should be able to carry it. And you know what? She knew that we had him. She knew that he was right in the city. So if she wanted him as like a deposit, she could have just said.
All right.
Okay,
So
okay.
here are the specifics of teleport. You end up to 8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range, or a single object that you can see within range. And that object must fit entirely inside a 10-foot cube. I don't think that the size limit is going to be a problem, but it's going to take 2 teleports to move us and the chair.
We can't just carry it with us?
Well, it looked heavy. It looked like it was made of ice, right?
It did.
I don't know if it's really heavy, but
Ice is lighter than most other things you would make a throne of. Unless it's like a really light wood.
Well, Kath has a 23 strength, so I'm pretty sure that she can pick this chair up. And carry it.
Well, 8 willing creatures, and I assume that includes the gear they're carrying, but that's still a bit of a stretch.
well, we know we can teleport him when he's unconscious. So we know that part works. Because we did it already.
Yeah? Because if he's unconscious, he's willing.
Well, he's not unwilling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which only applies to D&D.
Yeah, and very important.
And
In
let
this
me
one
put on my
Ever.
nerd glasses here and specify that technically it doesn't, but let's say it
Well, it
works
did.
that way. Right. It did. So I think there's some sage advice about it. But I'm not going to argue because we need to be able to move this guy around.
Yes, so stop bringing it up.
Thank you, Dave.
Tempting Dave.
Thank you, Dave. He's merciful. Okay.
I'm more
So-
interested in the narrative than the rules.
Benevolent and generous DM.
Oh, yes. So we're taking him with us,
Yes.
going back to the gazebo
Yep.
where the treants are still there. We're waiting to clobber us.
Yes. And we really, really need to take a rest first.
Do we...
And we have to put the fancy crown on him,
Mm-hmm.
and we
Is
got to
that
take a
gonna-
rest.
Is that going to give him power?
I don't know.
Why do... It's okay, so is the crown there on the seat as well?
No, I took it. I've got
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I got it.
We
I got
only
that.
need him to wear the crown when
I
he's
got
outside
his-
of a city.
His short, fancy ice stick thing, and then the long, fancy ice stick thing. I guess it's like a scepter and a staff.
Okay, I know the answer to this question is going to be no, but I want to ask it anyway.
These are my favorite questions. Please go on.
Maybe, Deneen, you stay here with him, and Kenna and I pop over, grab the chair, and come back real fast.
But
I mean,
I can't let you.
if there were no traps, because it would either make everything much easier or much harder. It's kind of a gamble, because if he doesn't come there, and
It's a lot for you
No.
to carry at the same time.
but at the same time, if he's not there, the treants aren't going to activate, because remember, or
I
no,
don't know.
it was when he got knocked out. It was when he got knocked out that they went limp.
So if he's knocked out when we take him, they shouldn't come to life and come at us. But
But what if there's other things that can detect him and
It's
set
still
off?
his estate. There's those little fast things there. There's all his guards there. I'm worried
And the
about
nobles
you.
have definitely noticed, and if I'm not mistaken, we went the night before a party, so if we poof in now, there's probably going to be a party, and we should go.
They're not gonna have a party without him.
Although his lady's still
My
there.
mother-in-law is still a piece of work, so who knows? Well, okay. I mean, but I can't risk him getting away, and I can't trust him with anybody.
And if we pop in and there's a party full of his friends that are going to try and defend and save him.
And I can't.
I think I can take a bunch of nobles, don't you?
Kath, you can't. I mean,
Well,
it's not like you can carry him and a chair at the same time, as far as we know. That. Okay, I'll stay. Oh my God.
Carrying capacity?
Oh, Lord.
But if anything goes wrong, just come straight back here.
No questions asked. Absolutely will do. Scope the area out. It's probably going to be moved anyway, because his lady probably knows all the details.
I mean, it's
Are you
either that-
sure about this?
it's
Do you have no other ideas?
Well,
I'm
do you
really
want to
worried.
leave him behind?
No.
Can we shrink him?
The gem broke, right? We can't use that.
No, we can't use the gym.
I mean, do you want to go talk to
Unless-
Marissa to see if he can like measure?
Yeah, 'cause
Or-
he was trying to fix it at one point, I believe.
I mean, I really don't think we want to have what's our bucket intern that I love to torment babies.
No. Well, look, okay. Let's just pretend you're just going to scout. Because you're going to come right back if you need to, right?
Yeah, and if it's there, then we'll grab it, and if it's not, no big deal. We'll see what's going on, and then we'll come get you. But we have.
Should I be the one staying to guard him?
Right.
Oh, Kenna has to go.
I have to go.
And
I'm
Kat's got the
obligated.
muscles. So, okay. Yeah, it's got to be me then.
This really sucks. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
and so I've got dimension door. So if we have to lickety split move around places as well a few times, I can take Kenna with me, but I can only take one person with me. So if this is a 2-person thing, we'll have the best mobility.
Okay. All right. I'll. And you're doing this tomorrow after we rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bless you before you leave. And then you have a minute.
I
So
really didn't think you were going to agree to this.
So do you want
Think
to?
of anything else? You can, if
Neither
if-
can I.
if you go, if we haul him there, and then it turns out you can't carry him and this throne at the same time, we're gonna like miss our chance. And
Or
then you're
would be
gonna have to
bad.
leave somebody behind, which wouldn't be great either.
That would be very bad.
I mean, unless we tie him to a room and have a room follow me around,
Yeah, but
but then that's like a big more chunk of things. It's since we're just going after one object, I think a smaller extraction team has a better chance of success.
if I could think of anything else, I would. But I don't want to put anybody else at risk to guard him. And I don't trust him not to escape either.
And
I don't need sleep.
Zuzu's not gonna come and murder you if I die, so don't worry about that.
I mean, I'm assuming she'll try, but I don't think she would succeed. But that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else. Let's go sleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
You go sleep.
on it.
I will meditate sitting on my father-in-law so I don't miss anything if he moves.
So are you just going to take him like back to the bathhouse?
Yeah, we're gonna camp
Yeah.
out in the bathhouse
Yeah.
tonight.
I'm not going to send this letter and care package yet since we don't know exactly when we're leaving. You might need another day to recharge your teleports. We don't even know. I'll just keep it here.
All right. So I have
which-
a sleep in an empty bathtub lined with pillows.
What time do you want to leave?
I want to say sometime around noonish, because that'll give me time to go talk to my grandma really fast, because I have to tell her.
Well, if we get there, well, I don't know. I don't know. There's a part of me that wants to go like 8 hours from now in the wee hours of the morning, because that might be less activity. But if the party's going on without him, I don't want to go in the middle of a party.
Okay. Like, Kenna's ears droop a little bit, but she accepts it.
We will find some righteous fae party and just go nuts when this is all over. We'll go
Yeah,
back
but it's
to
not the same as crashing.
Do you think that this scepter or the staff would help you with this throne moving?
Well, I guess maybe. I don't know. What do they...
Take all this stuff.
We'll take this... Do we even have time to have this identified?
Juris is down the street.
Alright,
You could actually probably
Juris real fast.
you could at this point you could actually probably have Vance do it.
Oh, that's right. I have ice eyes now. Oh yeah, Vance, come here.
Oh, Vance.
He's since you guys have first met him in the library where he sort of died, but he got better. All those years ago, he's actually grown in his own power, and obviously he's way beyond just being an assistant at the bathhouse at this point, or could have moved on.
Mm-hmm.
But he just likes you guys and hanging out.
I'm so proud of him.
He's very sweet. Plus, you know, we've got a lot of brass ladies here and a lot of customers that appreciate Vance, I'm sure.
So, yeah, he is able to identify them both. One is an implement used by those that make pacts with other beings to strengthen that pack and the powers that they be. So it's a rod of the Oathkeeper. And the other one is a staff of fire.
Oh. And does the diadem help you move a throne by any chance?
Oh, the diadem is actually he's able to discern it is part of a set, an artifact, and I can just discern a little bit of what it does, especially without the rest of it. The person that wears this and attunes to it can control the throne as well as shake off magical effects.
But if we attune to it, do we end up in some kind of pact with a Winter Court Fae lady?
I already am.
I don't know how that's going to work, and it is already attuned to someone.
Oh,
That's
we
fair.
probably shouldn't break that then, because we need to be able to put it on him.
Be able to wear it, yeah.
Okay. Well, then this stuff won't help you, but I'm glad we know. Thank you, Vance.
As always, it's my pleasure. You've
I'm impressed with your arcane talent.
you've kindly showed me a life of adventure and got me out from underneath the thumb of my family and get to be my own elf.
Oh, Vance. I hug him.
Aw. My little Vance is all grown up.
Oh, so many feels. Okay.
You're muted, Cat. Cat, you're muted.
Say, Cass says, "You're so slappy," and she gives him kind of a pat on the cheek that's more like a slap.
I wear like his deranged dance.
So, Vance does seem to note the marks on Kenna's face, but he doesn't say anything about them.
Well, it was an idea. At least now we know this stuff won't help you.
So, what time do you guys want to head out?
Yeah, I need to do this. I need to not chicken out of this. This is important. So, yeah, like... Butt crack of dawn. I'm gonna go knock houses now. Oh, things have changed so much.
Okay, so if you guys head out at the butt crack of dawn, where do you want to appear?
So, wait, do you... Or do you want an hour of extra stealth? I can do either, but not both.
Stealth.
All right.
Do the extra stealth. I can cast Bless.
Okay. Do I, let's see. Oh, wait. It won't work unless I go with you. Forget it. Can't do it. Wait. Is it a touch spell? Could I make Wisdom do it? No, the range is self. It won't work. I'm sorry. I can bless you. That's about it.
Okay.
So I will wait until they're ready to go.
So, no matter what, we're in, we're out.
I hope
Whether
so.
it's there or not.
I hope so.
Okay. I'm gonna, like, step up next to Cat. And attempt to port us to this place that I have. Now, would this be viewed once, or would this be seen casually? Because we weren't there. We didn't fight there.
We've got stuff we stole from his office for that matter.
We stole from his office. That's right. We have stuff we stole from his office. Let's
All
go
right.
there.
Right before we go, I cast Aura of Purity. So for the next 10 minutes, if you stay within 30 feet of me, you can't become diseased, you have resistance to poison, and you have advantage on saving throws against being blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, or you can't be frightened anyways next to me, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned.
Okay.
All very useful things.
Okay. So yeah, I grab hold of whatever it is we stole from his office, and let's port to his office.
Right?
And Kath actually gets like a steely look on her face that you probably haven't ever seen much of before. The last time she got this look is when they were going after Zuzu through that plane with the spiders. So
The spider plane.
Deneen keeps a straight face as you guys leave, and then she just proceeds to quietly freak out.
So you reappear in the office. The window has kind of been policed up. It's like there's boards covering it now. It has not been replaced yet. It's too soon. The glass has all been picked up. The office
why
is
did we
picked up.
come to the office?
Because we have associated objects with the office, and we don't have associated objects with the garden, and we've been there once, so there's like over 50% chance I'd screw
You
it.
could use the diadem to teleport straight to the throne since they're related to each other.
It's not attuned to us.
No, I mean as your object for your teleport.
Oh, that is an associated object. That is not
Super
a bad idea.
associated. Just make sure you don't leave it there.
Good plan. Let's do that.
Okay.
Oh God, this is gonna end up with us somewhere terrible. I can just feel it.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. We do
Splitting the
that.
party. Hey,
It's
you
cool.
know.
It's cool. It's
Oh,
cool.
Lord.
So you cast your teleport, and you are kind of aiming for the throne in the gazebo, and it's almost like you feel yourself hit something and bounce off, and your teleport appears like 10 feet from the gazebo and the throne, and almost, you know, within moments of you appearing, a woman materializes in the seat of the throne. She is human, and everything about her kind of like screams bimbo, except for when you look at the eyes, you kind of see that it seems that it's a ruse, that it's a, you know, it's fake. It's not real. And she's kind of lounging in the throne. I was wondering when you darlings would show up again. But where is
Grandma
that?
Summerstar, I presume.
Where is that insipid daughter-in-law of mine?
Yeah, I'm not stupid enough to tell you that.
I could have sworn she would have came as well.
I pick up a pebble. I pick up a pebble and I toss it not at her, but just into closer to the throne.
As you do that, a bubble appears around the gazebo that you can vaguely see through. It kind of looks like a glass dome almost, and it bounces off. Tisk tisk, children, and to either side of you, the earth begins to shake and rumble a little bit as things begin to pull themselves out of the ground, and dirt and clouds of earth just like begin to fall away as enormous skeletons, like 18 feet tall, begin to rip themselves from the ground.
Do I have a chance to get Dispel Magic off before this occurs, or as it's occurring?
Roll initiative.
Ooh.
Good luck.
15.
17. The best initiative Kath has ever had.
So you can go first. That is for sure. So you wish to try and cast Dispel Magic on the bubble?
Pull it right now.
Well, what about your Dispel Magic?
I know. Oh, but I'm just, yeah, so I use.
So.
And I'm going to cast it at 4th level.
Okay.
So.
Make a caster roll.
Target's level is equal or less. Okay. What's the... Do I add my spell attack bonus to that?
Yeah, the only thing you would add is your charisma modifier.
24.
So you're
I rolled a 19.
So you cast Dispel Magic, and the magic streams out from you, washing around this globe of force, and then like slides off it like a water off a duck's back.
Oh no! Yep. This could be tricky.
What does Kenna want to do?
I cast Blink.
Okay, so that's...
And I am in the ethereal plane.
Do you want to do anything with your bonus action before you blink? You have your move and your bonus.
Right, okay, so, before I blink into the ethereal plane, I will bonus action fireball one of these giant skeleton things.
Oh, you can absolutely do that. Giant skeleton thing.
Yes, that will be 25, Alex. Final answer.
Okay, okay, so it does not seem to take as much damage as you would think it would, but you know, as the fire washes over it, it definitely takes some of it though. And you know, the woman on the other side kind of tisk tisk. Now you're all alone. Your friend has left you. What are you going to do? And she begins chanting and cast a spell at you. Give me a saving throw. It's gonna be wisdom.
Not my best stat, but that's okay. That's okay.
You get like a lot of
sent wisdom with you guys.
Ooh, 15.
15. A 15. Oh, a 15 is not going to do it. So as you kind of like gaze into this woman's eyes, she is the most interesting and friendliest person you've ever met all of a sudden, and you will pretty much do anything for her.
Is this a charmed effect?
It is a charmed effect. Are you immune to charm right now?
No, but I have advantage against it.
So all right, then you can make another roll.
You're also blessed.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, that changes things quite a bit. Shoot, roll 1d4. Then it's 27.
Well, that is a big difference. So,
yeah,
you feel compelled, and then you kind of like shake it off as you kind of snap back to it. But you're completely aware that you almost fell completely in this woman's thrall. With you being the only one around, the two giant skeletons to either side of you are going to try and play whack-a-mole.
So as she tries to do that, I get this smirk on my face, and I go, "Oh, honey, your wiles are nothing compared to my wife."
We shall see, dear. We shall see. It's still early. Does a 20 hit you?
I don't think it does. Oh, nope. Yep, that does.
All right, so 6 slashes of these enormous scimitars come your way, and 2 of them find purchase amongst your armored self for 40 points of damage.
All right, I do Hellish Rebuke against one of them.
Okay, and that is a dex save.
Strength save, DC 19.
Oh, strength. That's weird. Okay. DC 19. Okay, and what is your damage?
12.
It creates a small scorch upon it. Let's see. All right. So the one has been damaged by fire between you and Kenna a little bit. And from the sky drops 3 flaming skeleton heads. And give me... Ooh, you know what? Give me... No. I guess no. It's just going to be a barrage of bolts of force come your way. 4, 6. For 19 points of damage. And they're flying up in the air. Probably like 50 feet in the air. Kind of floating around, cackling at you madly. And you're up. What do you want to do?
These undead things need whooping. So I'm gonna attack the one that I managed to damage a little bit. Does a 22 hit?
Oh yeah.
All right, and
so you go to work like a lumberjack.
The first attack does 28 points of damage.
Okay. So your maul, pigpen slams into its femur, cracking it. You said 28?
Yes.
All right.
Did it look like that was a tis but a scratch, or did that look like that was maybe a good hit?
It was a decent hit, but it still looks lively for undead anyway.
Right. Then I am going to attack it again. Does a 25 hit?
Yes.
All right. And he takes 33 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I don't think this is going to work because the teleport didn't work. But on the off chance it does work, I am going to try and Misty Step inside the bubble on my bonus action.
Yeah, that definitely does not work.
Okay. Well, I thought I'd try it just in case.
Theory has been tested. Okay, so that's all your actions. You can move if you want to.
So when I Misty Step, do I not go at all, or do I go and get knocked back in some random direction?
You know what? I guess you would Misty Step, but then you appear somewhere around that globe.
All right, then I'll do 30 feet on the other side of it.
Okay, so you like kind of skip right across it.
Yeah. And then I will move a little bit further away to see if I can't get some distance between me and these things so they can't catch up to me in the next round.
Okay. Easy enough. Kenna, your turn.
Okay, good. I blink next to Kath since getting into the bubble isn't gonna work. And she can still hear me, right?
Kath?
No. Maybe Summer Star.
Probably. You've heard her, so you've heard her talk through the bubble. So you can only guess that.
Hey, Grandma Summer Star, you know, he's just using you, and he was gonna throw you away anyway. You're pretty much just a broodmare to him. Vicious mockery. Wisdom save. Let's go.
Alright, Vicious mockery cantrip, right?
Yep.
Okay. She seems non-phased.
Rats. Okay.
And easy with the grandmas. I am too good looking to be a grandma.
Totally a grandma.
Also, literally a grandma, but
Nudge her a bit and like give her a, maybe we should consider bailing out at this point. Look, and you know how much I hate to say that.
She is a stepmom. So
She's a step grandma.
she's a step grandma. Give me some dex saves. The two of you. Oh, and you don't blink out, right? You stay.
Oh no, I do blink out.
Okay, you're blinking out? Okay.
Unless I have the option to not blink out, like...
I don't remember how that works, to be honest with you.
That would be 9 for me.
Okay, Alright, now, so that's a 9. Give me that 2 more times.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Okay.
No,
So the first one I rolled even lower. I rolled a 2 on the second roll.
Okay.
The second one is a 17.
Okay, so you passed
So
through the
fail,
saves.
fail, fail, 17.
Alright. Three fireballs come streaking in your direction and explode into life at your feet from the flying skull heads as they cackle away.
Alright.
And
Yeah, you had best be going to go home after.
Well, I want to try one more thing.
okay, so you take 58 fire damage from
Okay.
the saves that you failed, and not including any abilities that you have.
Hey, I'm resistant to fire damage.
You are. Hence,
I'm
50.
resistant to fire damage! Oh my god! So that 19 from before should just be 10.
No, that was force damage.
Oh, okay.
And then you will take, from the past save, you will take 12 before your fire resistance.
So 58 and 12, and then half because of fire resistance.
Correct.
So that's 70, so that's 35.
Yes,
Okay.
something
Okay.
like that. Math.
Okay. That's very doable. I shouldn't have said that. Okay.
And with that, the ginormous skeletons come bearing in your direction, silently, other than the creaking of their bones. Their enormous scimitars come flaring into your direction, and that's gonna miss, that's gonna miss, that's gonna miss. Hits you 3 times.
Do they have some kind of a scene movement speed? Because I teleported 30 feet and then moved my movement.
Oh, you moved your
So
full
that's
movement?
60 feet
Let's see.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, they do not. So they are just standing in front of you, thinking about attacking you.
Okay. Oh, because they had to dash.
Yes, yeah, because they had the dash, but they're kind of there around you. And give me a will save. As
Will,
Wisdom.
what's will?
I'm sorry, wisdom. Do I even play this game?
Okay. Oh, that might work. That might work.
5.
That's good. That's not as good. 19.
Okay. Yeah, you feel a vile greasiness kind of wash over your being, over you, as Lady Summerstar says a few words in your direction, and you're able to shake it off. You believe she's cursing you in a language of the lower planes.
Okay. For a human. So I turn around and go, and I say, he's not coming back. there's no way that he's coming back, even if we don't succeed here. So you might be best just to let us have what we want and be on our way and end this so that we don't have any reason to keep coming back to you. And I'm going to cast Dispel Magic at 5th level just to see if that will work.
Okay.
Oh, there goes my 5th level spell.
You actually, you don't have to cast that because you know that the amount of arcane might you poured into that last one.
Uh-huh.
You're just not, with that spell, you're not going to overcome it.
Oh, okay. Okay. In that case, I will dimension door myself 70 feet in the... How far... what was that? You're muted.
I can blink to you and port us out, but not if you do that.
Okay. Then, in that case, I will do... Oh, this is not going well. I'm gonna shoot daylight then. And so that's a 60-foot radius sphere of light. Oh shoot, that doesn't do damage. I got that inclusive. All right, I'm doing destructive smite for realsies. This is what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I strike the crit. I jam Pigpen. I beat on the ground, and it ripples energy out from me in 30 feet, and everything within that has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
The DC's 19.
Constitution saving throw. All right, DC 19. And we get a pass and a fail. We'll say, let's see, low. The damaged skeleton has failed.
All right. So 32 damage is full damage.
Okay.
So that'd be 60 damage, half damage. And that half of that is thunder and half of that is radiant. That fails is knocked prone.
Okay, so the one that was fresh falls prone. Oh, you know what? You actually did more damage than I thought. I cheated you. I so cheated you. Hold on 1 second so that I can uncheat at you. I missed a small fact. So, when you destructive might, you totally obliterate the one skeleton. It just blows apart the one that's been damaged.
Nice.
And the other one...
Are these... Oh, and then there's the flaming skulls around too.
Yeah, they're out of range though. They're up high floating. You said 30 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are 50 feet.
Okay. I really wish that lay on hands was the bonus action.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Yeah.
So that was your action? You have a bonus and move.
Yeah. Well, I can't move because he'll get an attack of opportunity. So, and I can't go too far because Kenna's got a blink in, so I'm good.
Alright, with that, Kenna, you are up.
Okay, so I blink on the cat's shoulders and I grab her horns with one unharmed. And I'm like pointing at that dome, and I'm like, you know, mark this well, Lady Summerstar. Your lord has fallen out of favor, and my queen will not be denied. You've made your choice, and now may it be war upon you both. And then I teleport us out.
Nice.
Oh, so she didn't respond at all when Kath said, you know, there's nothing you can do to get him back, so maybe the best thing's for you to just give us what we want and walk away. She didn't respond to that at all?
She just gave you a smug smile.
Okay. So, yeah. So, we pop back into the room where, Deneen is, and Kat has, like, an exceptionally fierce look on her face, but the minute they land, she, like, gently takes Kenna off, and then sets her down, and then starts dancing around going, ow, 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 ow.
What happened? What happened?
She's smoking.
Oh, Grandma Summerstar.
I'll splash her with rose water from the spa.
Healing nonsense. Let's go.
Yeah, I heal myself up.
What about her?
Oh, she's a bitch.
Oh, well, we knew that much, but
And she's also a
you were
cat
fighting
in her
her?
own right. I think some kind of necromancer. She was under a dome bubble. We were trying to get the throne from her. Like, she set up all this stuff.
Well,
Yeah, it was like an intense bubble. I mean, I laid out some serious high level magic, for me at least, to dispel it, and yeah, it doesn't work.
Deneen will. I mean, she can't do much, but she. You want me to heal you?
No,
Yes.
Kat does her lay on hands, and it gives her a pretty significant boost back. And then
So-
she's fluffing out her hair.
So, she was in some kind of a bubble, and we have no way to get through it. Is what I'm hearing. I shouldn't have let you just go.
No, this is good, because now we know what we have to face, and you know, we didn't risk him by bringing him there. So
Right.
this was good. Now we just have to figure out how to get through that damn
Well,
bubble.
And we're to stow him in the meantime.
She's a human. She needs to sleep.
She does need to sleep.
Sooner or later. And considering that gazebo is utterly destroyed, maybe I could just snipe her when she leaves? I don't know.
Would involve hiding, and I'm pretty sure she's prepared for that.
Yeah.
Both Megan and Jean can give me Arcana checks.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That's a 23 there.
Ooh.
That's a 10.
Okay, so Kath knows that she was under a wall of force that was protecting her, and it was keeping anything from physically traveling. And you know you can't go through ethereal. It blocks ethereal and astral as well, so you can't just teleport in and out of it.
Do I know how long it lasts?
Yeah, you would know. You would know roughly how long it lasts, and you know the only way to really bring one down is with disintegration magic, and it lasts roughly 10 minutes.
Oh man.
Yeah, but she could just cast it again. We don't even know how she did it. So is she using the throne to do all this stuff? Like, what's her deal? Is she casting, or is she using the throne?
Maybe a little column A, a
she's-
little column B.
Okay, I don't know, Kenna, if you felt this, but she tried to put the heebie-jeebies on me a couple times.
I did not.
And it was like, it was not a small amount of heebie-jeebies. There was some serious stuff behind it. So,
But was she doing the same stuff, like pulling up treants and...
well, she summoned some undead skeletons, and then there was like this floating cloud of skulls that were raining fire down. And, you know, tiefling, as much as I really miss being a gnome, let me tell you, it was pretty clutch that I was a tiefling just then. So, you know, so there's, I mean, undead stuff.
That's very different from what he was doing. So she's just her own kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, so she tried to charm me, and she tried to, what was the second one, Dave?
Dominate.
And she tried to.
Oh no, curse. She tried charming and cursing you.
Yeah, charming and cursing me. So, yeah. And she doesn't seem real concerned about the fact that she's not getting your husband's dad back.
Well, why would she care? She's a horrible person, and now she has all their money and everything.
Which is exactly why she should just give us the chair. But now she's gotta die.
Yeah, but if she's using it, you said she was sitting on it, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So she obviously wants it. If she's sitting there defending it.
Yeah, well, again, now she's gotta die.
So maybe we just have to go.
Yeah, but we can't get to her if she can just cast walls of force.
Well, they last 10 minutes. So if we can survive 10 minutes, and then we hold for the second it fails, we might be able to nab her in that short amount of time. But I don't want this to turn into like a comically ridiculous thing where every day we show up and we have a fight.
Did she cast it when you got there, or was it automatically already there?
It was already. Oh my god! It was already up! How did she know? Because if it's only for 10 minutes and it was already up.
So maybe she's got like some artifact that does this. Like maybe it's not 10 minutes. I don't even know. Never mind. Deneen doesn't know this much about magic. She's just like, was it already there? But if he could do that, he would have done it when we were fighting him. So it's probably not the...
Her.
But the thing is, it had to, like, she couldn't, there's no, unless she's scrying on him, and she's, or you, or one of us, and that's how she knew when we were coming.
Well, what about our fancy lead-lined spa that we built?
I flipped the ceiling off.
I mooned the ceiling for good measure.
That's you're very flexible, Cat.
Hmm.
Didn't we make the fancy, super secure spa, or am I just imagining this?
It was just one room.
Right, and we didn't say we were in that room, so.
Nope.
Well,
So let's move him into that room.
Yeah, let's go in that room, and when we do our planning, we'll do it in that room. Well, I'm not sure I could have done anything different if I'd even gone with you. If we can't even get through this wall of force.
Well, if Kenna had gone offensive, we might have been able to take down all three enemies.
These flying skull things?
Well, there were 3 flying skulls and 2 giant skeletons. There were 5 enemies.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And you don't know, she could have been able to summon more.
That's true. Yeah, not knowing her capabilities is tricky.
Hey, Vance!
Well, why don't we...
Vance comes running.
Why don't we go back to the city? And we're in the secure room right now.
Yes.
Go back to the city. Recruit Cyrune and his gang.
Oh, that guy. Alright.
Hey, he's legit. He already warned us about those assassins.
Right.
Come on.
He did.
And look, they must have information about these people, about her. They could help us out. And then, hey, guess what? They can just... Their whole estate then is laid open. That's profitable for him.
And doing your best does not mean turning your nose up at resources. Alright then.
And we're flush with, I mean, that lady didn't take the jewels you threw at her, so, you know, if they want some upfront payment, we've got cash enough to make it worth their while.
We certainly do.
I mean, even if she has trusted servants, maybe we could replace one of them. but then that means splitting up the party again. I just
bear trap under her pillow.
there's gotta be something. Well, I can shoot pretty far as long as she's not behind a wall of force.
Well, she can't be sitting in that chair 24 hours a day.
Well, she's gonna have to sleep.
Sleeping in it.
She could very well sleep there, but if you're sleeping, you're not gonna be, unless this wall of force is permanent, in which case we're never gonna get this chair.
Yeah.
But
No, we have to find a way to get this chair.
Unless she's bringing a chamber pot with her, you know, which I did not see. She's not sitting on it 24/7.
that's a different kind of throne.
So there was definitely a couple things. One was your teleport spell did get deflected away from the actual inside the gazebo. She appeared in the gazebo after that happened, and then the dome went up.
Oh.
Wait, what?
So wait, we need to teleport somewhere that is not on their property and then sneak in, like,
Wait.
sneak.
So your teleport got deflected before the dome came up?
It did.
Apparently.
That's not how I understood
Yeah,
it at
Yeah,
all.
but then that means there's something else going on even beyond the impenetrable dome of force. Right? If
Yep.
you can't even get to the throne.
But we got there the first time. So I actually, like, out of character, I missed that. I thought we teleported and she was in there already with the dome up, with the wall of force up.
No.
So I missed.
So
I completely missed
something
it.
else deflected the teleport even before she put the wall of force up. Huh. Well, and you tried everything. I mean, you two know more about magic than me. You tried everything you could think of to get through that thing.
Everything we could think of.
Yeah, I couldn't dispel it. We couldn't teleport into it, and I couldn't Misty step through it.
Blink didn't work.
I didn't try to dimension door through there. Because if I couldn't get through with Misty step, I was pretty sure
that's
the dimension
teleporting.
door.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna have to find some other way to assassinate her, poison her.
I tried
food.
to hurt her through her feelings and it didn't work either.
It was a good effort, though. You know, solid insult.
She was too shallow for that to work. So with
Yeah, I
that,
should have just kept calling her grandma and, like, talked about how old she was looking.
she definitely did not seem to appreciate that at all. So I think we'll pick up next week with you guys trying to figure out how you're going to do this. And is there anything you want to do before we wrap up tonight?
Take a bath for old time's sake.
Yeah, Deneen has no ideas how to do anything about any of this magic.
Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. I mean, other than, you know, going to, and we can save this for next time, but Kathy's will still make an effort to go talk to Jerissa and Sheena, just to say, hey, we ran into this. Got any ideas? I mean, do you have something that I could pay you a ton of money for that we can throw at this to dispel it?
Is it a wall or is it a dome?
It was a dome.
It was a dome.
And my thought was to see how good Vander is at abjuration spells, but
We need disintegration. We need disintegration magic.
Vance.
Oh.
Vance. His name is Vance, sorry.
The only person I knew that could ever disintegrate anything was Stanley.
I curl up in a corner.
I'm sorry.
That's true. He was handing out disintegrates all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Could resurrect Stanley. He's
Oh,
got
God.
disintegrate.
I don't know. It's probably been too long for that. It's definitely been too long for that. That was over a year ago.
Too long.
True resurrection would work, but I think that's only humanoids.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's not really happy with us either, so
What could possibly go wrong?
yeah. How could we make this worse?
Yeah.
Let's add an angry beholder into the mix.
And then when it did go wrong, I would have to explain to Azucena why I agreed to a plan where we brought him back.
Oh,
I would like to live to see my retirement.
I mean, Cyrune and his gang, we could probably convince them to help as like grunts, but that's not gonna help us with all this magic. And
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is
talk
so
to
I know. Yeah, I'll check with Sheena, and I'll check with that person whose name I said 2 minutes ago that I've already forgotten.
Jarissa.
Jarissa. And I did meet another powerful mage in Carshapathium, but she told me not to come back for a year.
That was Drellic.
It was Drellic, yeah.
Drellic.
Oh, and Drellic, yeah. So, I mean, I know where one is, but it's kind of out of the way.
Someone else?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you guys have a
I'm
week to
good at shooting
think
stuff.
about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We to figure it out.
And, thanks for playing, and thanks for everyone watching. So until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Nerdy.